Hello. So season 8 of Game of Thrones has started. We're 2 episodes in, and I hadn't planned on reviewing the episodes or anything. I don't even think that's what this is going to be. But just after watching the episodes, I've got a lot of feelings that I want to get out there. I just kind of want to vent for a little bit. So yeah, this is just going to be some kind of quick thoughts on the kind of direction that Game of Thrones is taking in this last season and a few seasons before this. I like Game of Thrones quite a bit. I've got a poster right here that says Game of Thrones on it, and it's a map of Westeros. Wow! I got that in first year of uni when I was reading through all the books, and I was watching the first few seasons of Game of Thrones. Jesus Christ, that shut me up. And I think the first few seasons are great. They were revolutionary when they came out, and they've kind of had a massive effect on all the other TV series that have come out since, because it was so refreshing compared with all the other stuff we were getting around the same time. In the first season of Game of Thrones, you don't have just this irredeemably evil faceless enemy. All of the fights are between complex characters that we understand, and while we are generally on the side of the Starks and against the Lannisters aren't evil. They do bad things, but you understand where they're coming from when they do them, and the Lannister side isn't just entirely bad people. You've got Tyrion on there, and Tyrion's a character we like. He's funny, he's clever. He doesn't get on with his sister, but he's still on her side. It's more complicated than good and bad, which is why I'm not extremely happy that the 8th season of Game of Thrones is all the good guys on one team about to fight a lot of zombies, which is actually just the dumbest, least satisfying way for the show to go. And I get that they're setting up that they're gonna fight all the zombies, and then they're gonna have to fight Cersei or whatever. Cersei has become this irredeemably evil person now. At the start of the show, she was in love with her brother and had some incest children. You could still kind of relate to her. She wants to protect her kids, and she's had a really horrible time, and you get where she's coming from, and she's really nasty to Sansa, but they're in a war with her family. You understand. But now she's just evil. Now she's just an evil queen who's just really mad, and she hates everyone. Wow. The fact that the original few seasons, and in the books it's a lot more complex as well, and quite a few of these problems have got worse when the books and the show have diverged. But it's so bland now, and the last 2 episodes of the show have just been characters talking to each other about stuff that happened earlier, and it's just nothing's happening. I get that they're setting up for the big fight that's gonna happen, but they've just spent 2 episodes in clip shows. We've just had 2 bottle episodes. When I heard that this was the last season, I was thinking, oh, they've got loads to wrap up. It's going to be 6 episodes, but some of them episodes are going to be really long. And I was like, God, they're going to have so much to get through. Oh, how are they going to fit it all in? Well, at least some of the episodes are an hour and a half long. They'll be able to get through some stuff there. They've just spent 2 episodes not doing anything. We've not learned anything new. It's just the characters sharing information that we, the audience, have already heard. At the end of season 6, there was the revelation that Jon Snow was Aegon Targaryen. Oh my gosh, how's this gonna affect things? And then at the end of season 7, Sam and Bran found out that Jon Snow was Aegon Targaryen. It's kind of a lot less impactful the second time, but at least some characters know this information now. That's good. We can deal with this in season 8. Season 8, episode 1. Jon Snow finds out that he's actually Aegon Targaryen. And then episode 2, Dany finds out that Jon Snow is Aegon Targaryen. You can't. The show's only got one twist. How much mileage can they get out of this one twist? They're just gonna do it every episode. Honestly, next episode, they're gonna have the big fight with the White Walkers. They're gonna win, and then they're gonna reveal to like all the other characters that Jon Snow's Aegon Targaryen, and everyone's gonna go, oh. And we're like, we've known this for 5 years. I don't think the show is bad now. I think it's been getting worse for a few seasons. But that's just my opinion. Like, the viewing figures have been going up. It's the biggest now that it's ever been, I think. And I don't think it's bad, but it's just an entirely different show. Like, the first few seasons was all about, like, the politics and people betraying each other, and, like, your favourite character could die at any point because when you play the Game of Thrones, you live or you die. And then we got to, like, season 6 and 7 and 8. All the good characters are just immortal now. Like, nothing bad will happen to them. They're all in there until the end of the show now. I would expect a lot of people to die in the next episode of Game of Thrones, but it's not that I want them to just randomly kill people off, because, like, that's not how you make a good show. But it's not shocking. It doesn't need to be shocking. But that was such a refreshing thing. And the fact that it's all these complex characters, and you don't know how they're gonna, like, get on when they meet each other. Like, you might like Tyrion a lot and Sansa, but, like, they've got a complicated relationship. Like, they got forced to be married, and we like both of the characters, but we understand that they don't get on. But season 8 is just all the good characters got put in one place, and they're all fine. This last episode was literally just, like, all the characters sitting around and talking about, like, the last 7 seasons. Like, it's not even been set up for what's about to happen. It's literally just like, hey, do you remember when this happened? Yeah, I do remember when the show was fun and I enjoyed watching it. And now I'm just watching it because it's the last season and I need to get to the end. I think I sound a lot, like, more mad about it than I actually am. I mean, they could still pull it off. They could still have some really good stuff happen in the 4 episodes. I'm just exhausted with it. I'm very ready for it to be over. I don't know how to end this video. A quick prediction for the next episode. There's going to be a big battle. At the end of the last show, they showed, like, pairs of people who were, like, in love. One of each of those pairs is going to die. That's my prediction. So they showed Theon and Sansa. Theon will die. They showed Missandei and Grey Worm. Grey Worm's going to die because he literally said that after they win the war, he's going to retire. So he's got no chance of surviving. Who else did they show? They had a moment between Sam and Jorah. So Jorah is absolutely going to be killed. Arya and Gendry. I think Gendry will probably die now. Just pick the least important out of each of the pairs, or the one you'd be sad about dying, but, like, it's not going to affect the trajectory of the story. Let me know in the comments what you think of the show. I've heard mixed things. Like, some people like it, even though it's kind of just setting up for what's happening next. And, like, I understand, like, it's a big nostalgia trip for the last couple of episodes. It's like everyone's meeting up again. Oh, they showed Ghost for 2 seconds to prove he was still alive. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people just, like, being upset that nothing's happening, which is kind of where I'm at. Although I've not been happy with the show for, like, a while. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe, I guess. I just wanted to rant for a little bit, and I don't know if I'll get my point across. I'll find out when I hit the video. And I'll see you later. Endgame comes out soon, so I'll do a video on that when I see it. Although I'm not seeing it this weekend, I don't think. So, might be a while. Bye.